I thought I'd do a little update on what I've been working on lately. I've been working on Big Bertha. She's pretty much at the point now where I think I'm going to put her away for a while and concentrate on something else. And one reason for that is because I've just about used up all of my little scraps and things that I was using to decorate her. And I need to collect more. And to collect more, I have to do other stuff so that I can make the scraps that I need. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to show you where I'm at with her and then a couple other things. These are the little inserts. She's got some pockets and stuff. And I know I talk about her like she's a person, but, you know, with a book this big that I've spent so much time in, she's practically one of the family now. So anyway, these are inserts for her pockets, and you know, I've put stuff on one side but not the other, so they're kind of half done. I have Ricola throat drop wrappers on everything because I've been sick recently and I went through a lot of those. So yeah, they show up kind of everywhere. And these little things, I have a lot. One of the main things that I've added since the last time I did a flip through was a whole bunch of papers out of some art and craft magazines. Some, you know, like Somerset Studio and the one with the, you know, rock, paper, scissors that I never can remember, that one, and a couple others. I went through and just kind of pulled out the pages that had not a lot of words on them, just mostly, you know, pictures of the projects and crafts and stuff, and cut those out and kept them, and then just tossed the rest of the magazine because I didn't need it. And I've been holding on to these pictures for quite a while and decided to use them in here. This is one of them. So there's lots of artwork in here that are from the magazine that other people made, and I just think it just is really pretty. So yeah, that's what that is. And let's see, these are not completely finished yet. I'm still looking for, you know, if that needs a little something right there. And I had attached a card. This is a card that someone sent, and I just glued it onto that back flap to make an extra fold out. And then when these things are done, they will go inside some of the pockets here in Big Bertha. I've finished quite a few of them that are already in there, but these are the stragglers. Okay, let's see. I still have a little bit of a cough and scratchy throat, so sorry about that. Okay, let's just do a quick flip. I don't think there's, like I said, most of the new things are from the craft magazines. This I think is new. This is probably new. This I had started on last time, but I don't think I had any of these because those are all from the craft magazines. So I've added that. And let's see, I think she's about the same. This one, I don't know why that's there. I added a couple different things. I'm still not happy with this whole page, but it'll come together eventually. This hasn't changed. Maybe that's new. And I have added a few things in here. Some of this I think is new. And I added probably just her crown. That was out of the craft magazine. You see it? Is it cut off? There. I really need to put some cardstock or something behind it so that it doesn't get torn up. Eventually, I will do that. Okay, she is new, and this, I don't know, this discoloration is not hers. I think it's the glue that I used. It just gave her some really unfortunate spots. They look like age spots, but I think it was just the glue. But I'm sorry, lady, who it gave her some interest. It gave her character. Let's see, little doodad here and there. Not much on here has changed, I don't think. I added this red couch down here. And this card I had started last time, but I didn't have this stuff on the back. So that was an ad from junk mail, and then this was out of the craft magazine. So I considered that done, stuck it in there. Made a couple of changes on this page. I think I added this. And this little book I still am not messing with because I'm still loving the paper too much. So I haven't done anything inside, but I did put these on the cover. And yeah, that's about it. I did that last time. Those haven't changed. I think I had all that last time. I finished this little insert. This has some candy wrappers and napkins, and then the pages are from the craft magazine. No big changes there. I think I added this. And I believe I added just a couple things here, some small doodads. Found that cat there. A few things I added here, and not much on the pages. This is still my favorite. Added this right here. And this insert, I need something back here. This was out of a, I think out of a magazine. I think it was an ad or something. Or maybe a catalog is what it came from. I'm not sure. I don't remember. And I added those. And these I think were the same. This is probably a lot different, this little deal. Yeah, because I added this is from the magazine and from a jelly print and an old index card that I'd painted on. And that's from Duluth Trading. I think it was there last time. I can't remember. So that one. And let's see. I think this is new. That was out of a craft magazine. That was out of a regular magazine. And then that came out of a magazine, and it just made me laugh to put it right there. So I did. Yeah, I think I added that card from everyone at Dell who wished me happy birthday, you know. Haven't done anything here except I started doodling on here, and I put a piece of wax paper down so that it wouldn't stick, but I didn't realize that I had the paint pen so thick, and it just stuck to the wax paper, and then it squished out everywhere, and it made a huge mess. So I'm going to have to rethink what I was going to do there. I'll stick something over it or something. I don't know. This I didn't touch because I love it. And still not sure what to do here. Over here, I'm pretty sure I added that. And then this is a part of a lid to some chipboard pieces. And I just took the little box apart and stuck the lid right there. And the craft magazine image right there. This little page has got me stopped. It's not really progressing. So I'm not sure what it needs, but it needs something. This needs okay, I cut this out of National Geographic. You know, it's a volcano, but the way I cut it made an unfortunate kind of a duck face. So yeah, I left this part unglued so I could stick something behind it if I wanted to, but I think I need to stick something over the duck bill part or whack it off or something, because that's all I see is a duck when I look at it. I hid the baby because last time, you know, I was uncomfortable with the baby right next to the Tanqueray. One of them had to go, and of course I chose the baby. This, I think I added these boots from a magazine. And I don't know, that's probably all still the same. Maybe that's new. This was from the craft magazine. And I got that out of some other magazine. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not sure where that's going to go. I think I added that. And I still haven't finished that doodle. I need to do that. And oh, this is I had this covered last time because, okay, it was a note that Jason wrote, and I don't want to explain it because it's kind of personal. So I had it covered last time, and I just forgot to cover it this time. So, okay, there we go. That's done. Probably added that. And this insert. And I believe my battery light is blinking. It is. Take care of that right quick. Okay. Now here's this little insert. It's got pictures from the craft magazines. And this insert, this is one of those big paint chip cards. I'll put some magazine images on it. I think that's new. This page is still kind of confused. It'll get there. In here I added, oh, I forgot to turn that off. Anyway, that's clearly out of a catalog. And that was out of a magazine, and these were craft magazine pieces. And I think I had those last time. That came out of a craft magazine, as did that, and that, and, oh, these. That was out of a craft magazine. I just love that. And then I had started this one, I think, last time, and I added a couple more things to it. So it's done. And I've added a few things in here. I still don't want to cover up too much of it because I like some of the ads and the text. But I did add a few more images from, I think, just the craft magazine. I know that I did. Where are they? Yeah, there and there. Just to cover up, that wasn't the craft magazine, clearly. That was a regular magazine. But just added a few things to, excuse me, to cover up the boring stuff. But I left the interesting stuff showing. This one started coming together. I think all that's probably new. And that one's the same. I added those pieces. And I added a few things in here from the craft magazine and a regular magazine. I think that's the same, and that's probably the same. Well, maybe that's new. I don't remember. Anyway, that's where Big Bertha is. She is coming right along, and like I said, I think I'm going to put her away for a while because I have been working on my Zibaldones. Zibaldone. Zibaldone? Zibaldone. I don't know. Anyway, you know the one. I've talked about it in the Journaling by Fives Facebook group. And I will show you what that is. Well, no, I won't. I'll show you what my interpretation of a Zibaldone is. And I'll put a link down below to the blog post where I talked about commonplacing and Zibaldones, and you can go and read about it. I'm not going to explain it all again here because I already did it in the blog post. But just kind of a quick explanation is I just took what I read about Zibaldones, which was very little. You can read an actual Zibaldone, which is in Italian, if you choose to do that. But there's several of those available, one very large, very famous one. But as far as reading about exactly what the term means and all of that, there's very little. I believe in Italian it translates as hodgepodge. It's a hodgepodge book. It's not really a scrapbook. It's not a journal. It doesn't really have a specific modern day version. It's just kind of its own beast is what it is. And I read a little bit about it and kind of decided to make my own version. So this is my version of a visual Zibaldone or visual commonplacing. Commonplacing you can read about quite a bit about that if you research it. But it's just sort of a hodgepodge book. It's basically I have like my journals for no reason. There's a video about that, and my use it up journal where I just kind of glue stuff into them. Yeah, that's basically all this is. Just not an art journal, not a scrapbook, not really a smash book, just a place to glue things. I like to glue things. I like to glue pieces of paper to other pieces of paper. And I don't necessarily want to make something out of it. I don't want to make a page, a journal page out of it. I don't want to make a layout or a canvas. I just want to glue stinking paper to another piece of stinking paper because that makes me happy. I like to glue stuff down. And then I sometimes like to go back with a marker and draw around it and stuff. So that's kind of what I'm doing in my Zibaldones. You can do what you want to in yours. I have 4 of them started because, job worth doing is worth overdoing. Let's start with this one. This is a catalog I got in the mail for not anthropology, Madewell. That's what it is, Madewell. And they have basically, clothes and stuff for women and accessories, whatever. So all I did was just go through and I kind of kept some of the catalog images showing, but started gluing pieces of scraps around some of the images. And not really for any reason. I don't know where they're going. I don't know how they're going to end up. but I like doing it. It was, you know, using up some of the scraps that I've collected and don't know what to do with. And, you know, just the gluing stuff down I really like. And some of this stuff I had brought down to use in Big Bertha. Sorry, I still have these little coughing fits on occasion. Okay. Yeah, but I really didn't find a good place to use them in Big Bertha, so I just started gluing them in here. And I'm going to glue some more, and then I'm going to probably doodle. I might throw some watercolor on it. I don't know. I'm just going to see what happens. So this is what I'm calling a Zibaldone. It's my version anyway. It's just a book for no reason. It just makes me happy to glue random stuff, and then I might, you know, go in and doodle and draw stuff or put paint on it or something. I don't know. It's just a book to play in, and that's what these are. They serve absolutely no purpose other than to bring me joy in the making them. And I really do like looking at them. I've said many times that I really love looking back through my like my Use It Up journal, because I get inspired just by looking at the images and the colors, and it does inspire me. So that's what I've been doing. These two are both American Science and Surplus catalogs. And I glued the pages together, and this one I glued lots of pages together, made just a few pages that are really thick. And then in this one I just glued like maybe two or three pages at a time together, so it's got more. And this was a piece of wax paper or deli paper, I'm not sure, but I had been using it in my Big Bertha to put between the pages when I would glue stuff, you know, so it wouldn't stick. And then I'd used it also upstairs for some painting stuff to put between pages. So it was just see, it's got paint and gesso on it and glue, and you know, it's all like ripped. And while I was sick, I just doodled on it and then watercolored. So I just took those two pieces and glued them on here for my covers. See, American Science and Surplus. And then inside this one, it has some packaging. This is the glue that I've been using most often for these. So I always get asked, is the Elmer's Papercraft gel glue. Comes in a thing like this, and the label obviously peels off very easily. So I just stuck the labels in there. I have also been using, for thicker things, the Tombow Mono Multi Liquid Glue, because it's super sticky. And then on occasion I've been trying to make friends with this Elmer's glue stick. And I think maybe it was Packer Dye who talked about this, because she had been using Yoo-hoo, Yahoo, whatever that silly glue stick is. And they're quite expensive actually for a glue stick. But she found that she's perfectly happy with this one. And I think, if I remember right, she said she puts it on the back of her piece that she's going to glue down, and she puts it on the page she's gluing to, and then sticks them down. And I'm finding that that's actually working pretty well with this cheap Elmer's glue stick. So, yeah, I'm not a glue stick fan. It's not something that I use regularly. I'm never really quite happy with them. But I've been having good luck with this one. Putting it on both sides before you stick it down. It seems to to work much better. So those are the glues I'm using. This has another piece of wax paper on it that had some paint blobs and glue and all that. I just glued it down. And this I was playing with my spirograph, so I glued it there. And there's a dictionary page, and that was a piece of a legal notepad that I had put watercolor on. I don't even know why. I just did, and I had it, so there we go. This was a napkin that I put over. This actually made on purpose. Well, not that these are accidents, but this was more closer to like an art journal page, but not really, because I am trying to learn to use more white space. So this was sort of an experiment in that. And I just accidentally found this quote. It said, "White, a blank page or canvas, so many possibilities." That was from Stephen Sondheim and James Lapine, I guess. And so I stuck that on there, and then I had this really weird, not really lace paper, but a woven fabric paper stuff. It's hard to describe. I should have brought a piece down to show you, but it's a paper, but it's woven with threads. So when you kind of pull it apart, it gets all these stringies. So I used a couple small pieces of the paper and then left the stringies out, and then just went over them with a paint pen. And I'd watercolored the background, and then of course I covered all the white. So I had to go back in with some bleach and bring some of the white back out. So anyway, that's what that was, just an experimental page. Yeah. I was sick for like 2 weeks, so I went through a lot of throat drops and a lot of green tea. I stuck those there. That was another wax paper deal. Just getting rid of more scraps, getting rid of scraps. And there's that one. And then this one is the same American Science and Surplus catalog, but I had a lot of the pages from the craft magazines left over that just really weren't, I didn't really see any good place for them in Big Bertha, so I used them up in here with some other images. This one was out of a National Geographic, and I just love this guy. I mean, it was a whole article about Hawaii. He's a Hawaii. I think he works in construction. Oh, hey, Claudia, if your husband needs a helper, you might as well get one that's pleasant to look at. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, the whole thing was about Hawaiian culture, and these guys, these tattoos are the kind where they take that blade thing and then they tap it in, which I can't imagine, but anyway, he seems to have enjoyed the process. So yeah, stuck him there. And then inside here is just, again, it's just covered with images that have come out of catalogs and magazines and craft magazines, leftover scraps, punches, die cuts, ephemera, stuff that I had pulled out to use for something else and then never put away. I used that in here. Napkins, my Valentine candy wrapper. That was National Geographic. Those are snakes. Aren't they pretty? They're kind of creepy dead snakes, but they're pretty. Yeah. More cough drop wrappers. So, yeah, you can see this, it makes no sense. There's no theme at all. It's just the fun of gluing. There's some packaging. And like the other one, you know, like I said, I will go back in and do probably some doodling or some outlining or something with some markers or paints. I don't know yet. But that fish is funny. But yeah, this is just that kind of, you know, mindless doing without thinking, and, you know, not trying to make anything particular out of it, just having fun with it. And this is, you know, it ends up being kind of inspiring, because you just, when you're not thinking about it, you're just slapping stuff down, and then you go back later and you look at it, and you're like, oh, that's really kind of a cool color combination, or oh, interesting juxtaposition of images, or whatever, and you know, you get inspired by that. So those are my Zibaldones. Oh wait, I have one more. I was using this. I use old phone books when I'm gluing stuff down, you know, to put, you know, put my little image on here, put the glue on it, then glue it down, and this gets all gluey, then you turn the page, you know, that kind of thing. But I had a couple of them, and I didn't need 2 phone books for that, because one lasts a long time. And so I took, this is the small size local phone book, and then just started doing the Zibaldone thing in it, and gluing napkins down and scraps of paper. I had a ton of these, way more than I needed, and was really kind of bored with them. Got tired of using them, so I covered pages with them. Napkins and tissue scraps. And I glued probably 4 or 5 of the phone book pages together. And this gets pretty wet when I'm working on it, because the gel glue that I use it's a wet glue. It's like a gel PVA, and it gets kind of mushy. I did a tip in. Anyway, this may fall apart, because this is just a cheap glue binding, and then it takes me a while to do, because I don't want to heat it. Now, because usually when I'm doing something and it gets really wet and gluey and I need it to dry, I'll stick it in the oven. But with a glue-bound book, it's going to come unbound if I do that, if I heat it. So I can't really heat it to speed up the drying. I just have to kind of set it out and let it do its thing. So it takes a little longer. That was a jelly print when I was playing with jelly prints not too long ago. And then I doodled on that one. And I think I colored it in with, I don't know what kind of markers, but I didn't like it. So I just went over it with some white paint, really, really watered down white paint. And then it made it all kind of pastel-y and cool. So that's all that was. And then I'll put something there. And there was another doodle that didn't really make me happy, so I stuck a napkin over it. And just using up more scraps. Got a couple more already glued together that I'll put more scraps on, but I'm going to fill that up and make that another Zibaldone. And I have some cards. So I was getting down to the last of my scraps, and they weren't really, I wasn't really finding a way to use them on a page that I liked, so I put them on cards. These are my Rolodex cards. See if I can do this without taking them out. You're probably getting glare, but anyway, these are just some of the leftover scrap pieces that I glued down onto the Rolodex cards, and you know, they're not finished. They'll need a something to pull them together. Really just a focal image is all they need. But that's what I did with the tail end of the scraps. And then these, I'm pretty sure I've already showed these, but I know someone's going to ask for a flip through, so These are ones that I've already done. And some have, those are transfers and doodles and collage. There's just a little bit of everything in here. Leftovers from journal pages. I don't make these really regularly. I wish I was better about it. I've tried and failed miserably. So I just do them on occasion when the mood strikes. There's a couple that have Titanic stuff on them. And these dividers don't mean anything. They're just leftover dividers. And then these are some other unfinished. You know, they're just waiting for just the right something on them. But I don't know what that something is. You know, some of them I started and didn't get very far. Some are just clean up papers. So that is what I have been up to, and will continue to be up to for a while because I'm really liking it. I'm just liking this random gluing of stuff, but like I said, now I'm going to have to make something else because I'm running out of scraps, and I need to generate more scraps. How weird is that? So yeah, if you really want to use up your scraps, you need to do this because I've used up almost all of mine. It works. So I'm going to go cough because I've been suppressing one for the last 20 minutes. I'm going to go hack for a while. And come back another day when I have something else worth talking about. Until then, the end.